So we had a huge weekend in Bitcoin. Huge. I think it was the biggest run up, biggest candle we've ever seen in Bitcoin's history. And in the last 2 days, it went right back down to where we were before. So I saw something today that when Bitcoin surpassed 10K for the first time, it actually dropped down 16 times before it stayed above it forever. And I think we've gone through only 6 times of going to 100 and then coming back down. So expect that it's going to go up and down for a little while still. This is a very normal thing that we're going through in Bitcoin. But I'm going to talk about kind of like what's going on in the world, what's being caused by Trump in the US, what kind of impact that's having on the markets. I think that this post here from Stack Hodler sums it up really well. And it's so let's check this out. I don't need a prelude for it. All right, let me take this off here as well. So the post here, we're going to go through it. So it says investors are slowly realizing that Trump is sincere. Who would have thought? He is upending the global economic and geopolitical order right in front of us. Tariffs are real, which just kicked into Canada here today. 25% tariff. Everybody's going nuts. Deglobalization is real. Real politic is real. The rules of the game are changing in real time, and global capital is scrambling to keep up. Expect volatility. The rules of the game are changing. That's what we're going through right now. It's a good thing, it's a bad thing, but it's a thing. It's happening right in front of our eyes. So expect volatility. I think that's what we need to be doing right now. Just get ready for it. And that's why I put that song at the start of the show. Is just instead of worrying about it, instead of getting stressed out and anxious about it, just go fishing. While stocks begin to melt down in the face of uncertain economic outlook, gold remains strong near all-time highs. And although this is a Bitcoin show, we're also deep down gold bugs. We've just found the better gold. But we very much relate with gold bugs because gold bugs are we're the first to kind of realize that there's a problem in the monetary system. And if you look at any other asset class compared to gold over the last 30 years, 40 years, gold has been the one true measuring stick through all that. Not even real estate has been as stable and as consistent as gold through that time. So gold's kind of what we're comparing to here. And gold remains strong near all-time highs right now, just like Bitcoin. And so this is a clear signal that now is the time for scarce, neutral, reserve assets to shine. Gold first, Bitcoin next. There's plenty of risk froth built into the Bitcoin price, and it's currently being drained. Any asset that goes up 100% plus in a year will attract fast capital. True. But in an uncertain world, there's no more certain asset than Bitcoin. Why? Well, it's finite. It has a fixed supply. It's neutral. It's not controlled by anybody. Has no emotions. It's code. It's a clear set of rules. 24/7 liquidity. This is something that a lot of people overlook within Bitcoin. And this is why it is so volatile. It's because it's the only market that's open 365 days a year, 24/7, 7 days a week. So it's liquid. It's the most liquid asset that exists. Anytime you want to sell your Bitcoin, there's going to be somebody else there to buy it from you. It's a pretty big deal. And there's no counterparty risk. You don't have to worry about a company going out of business. You don't have to worry about a company telling you no. There's no permission. There's no counterparty risk. You get to hold this asset yourself. It's the only asset that you can truly own. No amount of price volatility will change these characteristics. That's important, which is an ideal combo for the world that we're heading into right now. So just understand that. Just really let this part soak in here. No amount of price volatility will change these characteristics within Bitcoin. So just because Bitcoin goes from 70 to 110, to 80 to 100 to like, it's just jumping up and down, but that has no impact. Nothing's changed. In other words, it's still the exact same asset. And it's perfect for the world that we're heading into right now. So it says, this is what exactly what Larry Fink meant in January when he said, if you're frightened of the economic or political stability of your country, you can have an internationally based instrument called Bitcoin that will overcome those local fears. So this is an important one because here in Canada, for me anyways, Bitcoin's been my savior. Everybody here in Canada is an absolute shambles right now because the prices of everything are going up. The tariffs, 25% kicked in today. Everything's very expensive. Our dollar's weakening. We have the government has no real assets. They sold the gold. Our economic outlook is horrible. We have horrible leadership in government. Things could not be worse in Canada right now. If you're saving your time and energy in Canadian dollars, things could not be worse for you. They just couldn't. But if you're holding Bitcoin, that's what you do is you hold Bitcoin because the Prime Minister of Canada, the Prime Minister dipshit of Canada, can't do anything. He can even help Bitcoin. He can't hurt it, but he can help it. So that's what you want. You want an asset that your government cannot mess with, and something that is going to be stable through a lot of unstable times in your country. So as it stands today, we appear to be headed into a rough moment for global markets. Negative vibes will be everywhere as people lose money and attempt to cling to the old world. Yes. Very, very accurate here. Negative vibes will be everywhere as people lose money and attempt to cling to the old world. But this is an opportunity to train yourself to focus on the positive. Keep the negative stuff out and focus on the good stuff. That's exactly why I started that show today, this show, with that song. Because that's exactly what you need to do. The lyrics were, I pray the fish still bite and the world don't burn. Nothing you can do. So just like remain positive, check out. Don't spend all your days and time checking Twitter and doom scrolling and checking the price. Like, life goes by fast enough. You don't need to stress yourself out and cause a whole bunch of anxiety over something that you have zero control over. Even if it's just your morning coffee, some good sunlight, some morning sunlight, and a few alls that survive the winter cold. Opportunities are everywhere for those who stay positive and optimistic. It's time to build your own golden age. That might be my favorite post in a very long time, and it's absolutely true. And I think that I replied to it, but we won't be able to see it though. I said I wish I could zap this post. And I do. That to me, that perfectly sums up everything that we're going through right now. Not just like what we're going through, but like what you can do about it. So that's what I got.